You're looking to boost your knowledge, maybe learn something new, but without feeling completely overwhelmed.
Right. You want the key info quickly and efficiently.
Exactly. And well, that's what we're doing today on the deep dive. We're digging into some really innovative learning models.
These were used in a GenC Salesforce training program at Cognizant.
Right. And our sources, they're firsthand accounts from the participants themselves, people like Anchal, Gupta, Chideti, Reddy, Chandana, and Aashritha.
So we get their direct experiences, which is great.
We're going to unpack how these specific learning approaches led to, well, pretty rapid skill development and, importantly, how they built up confidence.
And our mission here really is to understand the nuts and bolts of why these models work so well for these learners, what made them click.
Okay, let's get into it.
It's always powerful when you hear directly from the people, on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't just abstract ideas, it's what actually worked for them.
Yeah.
And a big thing that jumps out is how active the learners were.
Absolutely. Peer interaction seems huge here.
Definitely.
And that brings us to the first model we saw getting a lot of positive mentions. EO Go. Each one get one.
Yes, yoga.
The basic idea, well, it's pretty straightforward. Each person on a team researches a unique topic, really digs in.
And
Then, the next day, they teach it to their team. The aim is basically to cover a lot of ground, fast, comprehensive knowledge transfer.
right. Anshul Gupta mentioned it really sparked team-based learning. And they ended up creating this reusable resource for everyone, too.
Oh, interesting, like a shared knowledge base.
Exactly. Harnessing that collective effort, Plus, actually creating the resource probably helped cement the learning for the person doing it.
That makes sense. Chideti Reddy, she really emphasized the time-saving aspect.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she talked about how a 5-person team could potentially get, 5 hours of learning done in just 1 hour.
Wow, by distributing the load.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And she also mentioned adding real-world scenarios. That was crucial, she said, for making it stick.
That application piece is vital, isn't it? Connected to the real world. And it just becomes more meaningful, easier to remember.
Definitely. Not just theory.
And Chandana's experience sounds similar. She talked about taking one topic, doing that deep dive, and then absorbing what her peers shared.
So learning from both ends, researching and receiving.
And she also highlighted better teamwork, communication, and again, contributing to that shared knowledge pool. It reinforces that idea that explaining something forces you to understand it better.
It's like turning everyone into a mini expert and a teacher simultaneously.
Pretty much. Aashritha echoed that too, picking a unique concept, exploring it, explaining it the next day.
And she mentioned working together, collaboration, team spirit.
Right, and using real-life examples contributing to a shared document. It all points towards this very active, collaborative approach.
What's really interesting there is how it taps into something called the protege effect.
The protege effect.
Yeah, research shows that teaching information to someone else significantly boosts the teacher's own understanding and recall.
So it's not just benefiting the team receiving the info, but the person teaching gets a major learning boost too.
Exactly. It's a double win.
So summing up Yogo, the big benefits seem to be that rapid knowledge spread, deeper personal grasp from teaching, stronger teamwork.
And creating collective resource plus better communication all around.
Makes sense. Okay, so what's the next model?
The next one that got a lot of positive feedback was fast forward, explore, learn, apply, and peer tutor.
Okay, fast forward. The name suggests speed again.
It does. The approach here is kind of a cycle. Dive into new concepts, actually try them out, put them into practice.
Arrival.
Right, apply. And then crucially, solidify your understanding by explaining it simply to your peers.
So that peer teaching element is back, but maybe structured a bit differently. It sounds very active.
Very active. Less passive reception, more doing, applying, and then explaining.
Anshul Gupta felt this one really helped her with self-learning and peer teaching.
Two sides of the same coin, almost.
Yeah, and she found that explaining things sharpened her own grasp of the concepts and her communication skills, too.
Chideti Reddy pointed out the collaborative part, again, tackling a new topic together, using different resources to explore it.
And then presenting to other teams, right?
Yes, presenting to other teams. And she specifically mentioned using real Salesforce examples during the explanations, making it engaging.
That active retrieval and explanation, having to pull the information out and structure it for others, that's powerful for memory.
Definitely. She said it built her confidence in, guiding others and getting her ideas across clearly.
So it pushed her to explore complex stuff, but then distill it down.
Exactly. And Chandana also liked the freedom, Learn at your own pace, apply it, then teach it. She explicitly said explaining it to peers really cemented her understanding.
It highlights that the more ways you engage with material reading, doing, explaining, the stronger the learning. Different brain pathways getting activated.
Makes sense. Aashritha also described that same cycle. Explore, understand, act, then teach clearly.
And she noted the peer-to-peer aspect and the confidence boost, both in learning and explaining, plus better presentation skills.
So fast forward seems really effective because it combines the hands-on, practical side with the active recall and communication needed for teaching.
It's like a learning feedback loop.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about how teaching isn't just for the student, it forces the teacher to really get it.
Which brings us to the next one. Rack brains, contemplate, brainstorm, design, present, defend, and challenge.
Okay, rack brains. That sounds intense.
It does sound like it really puts people through their paces. It's all about teamwork on real-world type scenarios.
So more problem-solving focused.
Exactly. Teams have to think deeply, brainstorm ideas, design a solution, present it,
And then defend it.
defend it, and critique the ideas from other teams.
Wow, okay, so critical thinking and articulation are key there.
Big time. Anchal Gupta said it really boosted her problem-solving, presenting, and listening skills, and it encouraged, constructive debate, being assertive but respectful.
The defend and challenge part is crucial, isn't it?
Yeah.
It moves beyond just having an idea to really evaluating it and backing it up with reasons.
Yeah, you can't just throw something out there.
Chideti Reddy mentioned it helped them understand, sort of, the hidden complexities in business challenges.
Unpacking the layers.
Right. And it fostered creative problem-solving, open discussion, which built confidence and adaptability. Having to justify their solutions probably made them really understand the why.
Chandana called it a true real-world simulation. Brainstorm, design, defend under pressure.
Facing tough questions.
Yeah. She felt it sharpened her business thinking, problem-solving, even emotional intelligence and assertiveness.
Interesting, the emotional intelligence aspect.
Well, learning to handle critique, maybe, and consider different views while still logically defending your own points. That was a big takeaway for her.
That definitely maps onto critical thinking development. Aashritha also mentioned deep thinking, teamwork, finding innovative solutions.
And she brought up emotional resilience again, handling feedback, plus improving listening and observation.
It sounds like Rack Brains created this high-stakes but safe environment to really flex those thinking muscles.
Yeah, think on your feet, justify yourself, learn from giving and receiving feedback, like a training ground for technical skills and those crucial people skills.
Precisely. It takes learning out of the purely theoretical and into practical application and, well, persuasion.
Okay, so one more model they mentioned, BLITZCOM, engaging via storytelling.
BLITZCOM. A different focus here, sounds like. Communication.
Exactly. This one zeroes in on using powerful storytelling to present ideas and, engage people effectively.
That's a critical skill.
For sure. Anchal Gupta felt it really unlocked the secrets to impactful communication, helped her deliver ideas with more confidence and clarity.
Makes sense. How you say it matters.
Totally. And Aashritha's experience backed this up. She said, BLITZCOM taught them how to make communication engaging, memorable, using storytelling techniques.
And she mentioned interactive activities.
Yeah, suggesting it was practical, hands-on learning for these skills. It wasn't just theory about storytelling.
Good. It acknowledges that presenting information well is just as crucial as the information itself.
So it's not just about having the right answer, but being able to share that answer in a way that, resonates and sticks.
A good story can be way more powerful than just facts and figures sometimes.
Absolutely. In so many jobs, being able to translate complex stuff into a compelling story is, invaluable.
It builds connection, helps people understand, drives action, gets buy-in. Really important stuff.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap the ground we've covered. We looked at 4 distinct learning models from this Cognizant training.
Right. We had EO-Go, focusing on peer teaching for rapid knowledge sharing.
Then fast forward, combining that hands-on learning with explaining it to peers.
Rack Brains, which was the intense problem-solving, design, and debate model.
And finally, BLITZCOM, honing that crucial skill of engaging communication through storytelling.
And the common thread? Hearing from Anchal, Chideti, Chandana, and Aashritha seems to be the impact of active participation and peer interaction.
Yeah, these weren't just theoretical exercises. They genuinely fostered rapid learning, collaboration, and critical thinking because people were doing, not just listening.
It's a real shift from being a passive recipient to an active constructor of knowledge. and helping others learn too. That peer interaction and applying knowledge seems key.
So for you listening, hopefully this gives you some valuable food for thought about effective learning strategies.
Whether you're learning solo or in a team, these principles, active involvement, learning from and with peers, real-world application, they could really boost your results.
Which leads us to maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Yeah.
Considering these different models, EOGO, Fast Forward, RackBrains, BLITZ, what's one element of, say, collaborative or active learning that really stands out to you?
Something you might think about integrating into your own way of learning new things or tackling tricky problems.
How could you maybe adapt some of these ideas to your own situation to make your learning more effective or maybe just more engaging?
Something to think about.